Okay, so we're still braiding. We're not going to give up. We're not going to quit. Okay, make a nice straight cut. Okay. Now, I like to use this technique to hold the hair out. You can use a hair clip. There's lots of different things you can use, but this is quick and easy. And it's very effective because I like to work quickly. I would rather work quickly than slowly because of how many braids I like to put in. Lift it up, snug it in, start my twisting. Let's back that off just a little. Oops. You can see how I'm using my hand to grab that and turn it right down. That's the whole motion. That's the whole mechanism. You want to do it as one motion as much as you can. If you try to break the motion up, you're not going to be smooth and you're going to be slow. Because smoother is generally faster. Okay? So I've done 3 red, 3 white, 3 red, 3 white, and I'm going to do 3 more reds, and then I'm going to change color again. Okay. Okay. I'm going to use my comb to hold that hair back. I'm going to ribbon my hair down with my thumb, with my pointer and my middle finger. Middle finger and thumb, I'm going to pinch off my first section of hair. Pointer and thumb, hold it down with your middle finger, with your pointer and thumb on your left hand. Grab underneath, turn it down. Slide it down, snug it, lift this one way up, and snug that to the crest. Thumb on the braid, and then we start braiding again. Reach all the way under and turn through your whole forearm. The technique, I can't stress enough, the technique of your hands is all important. You want to be able to use them as efficiently as possible so that you have the longest life to them that you can. Oops. Right in between, hold it in your pinky. Goes right in between center and right side. Grab it, fold it down once, twice. Oops, she's moving around, so we're gonna back that off. Braid, braid, braid. I'm gonna see if I'm there yet. I'm not quite there. 1, 2 more. Okay. See how I'm using this plait as a guide? It's right above my knot line. Yarn goes in my pinky. Yarn goes in between center and right. On the top of this one, grab, turn it down. Snug it, grab, turn it down. Snug it, grab, turn it down. Right side's out. Left side goes in between left plait and center. In between pinky finger, ring. Grab it, turn it under. Grab the end, pull it through.
And you might tell them what you mean by snug it down. Is it the same thing as a pull?
What was I?
When you say snug it down.
Oh, you want to make sure that when you tie that knot, if you see any of this end below your cross, okay, if you're not making a nice X there, okay, if you can't see that little tip of red underneath your line, then you're going to have to snug that end down past it and tighten it. Otherwise, your knot is over where you added it in and it'll just slide out. There's nothing holding it in place. Okay, we're going to keep going. And the thing that you need to remember about the learning process is that it takes time. You just got to keep doing it over and over. Even if you get a bad braid, if your last braid wasn't good, doesn't lay straight, that's okay. Make your next one lay straight. Keep working. Don't quit, because this is a frustrating job that takes a long time to learn. Don't think it's going to happen overnight, but one day, after you've been practicing a little while, you'll just realize, oh my gosh, I'm going fast and I'm making good braids all at the same time. Whew. Even when they rub on you, even when they shake their heads, it doesn't matter what they do because your hands don't care. Okay, now this is the example that we were just trying to illuminate. You see how that knot is not well tied? You snug it down so you can see the tip of the red at the top, and you pull once on each of the plaits, each of the pieces of yarn, okay? And that's going to make sure that one side isn't tied tight and the other side is tied loose. Okay?
Got it.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Now, all horses are going to move around. They're going to get flies landing on them. They're going to have a little crick in their neck. They're going to be tired of standing. They're going to want to play. They're going to want to chew on your leg. They're going to want to go back to eating. They're going to want to go back to being horses. Guess what? They have that right. It's your job to realize that they are giving you their time. They don't owe it to you for any reason. You are here for your benefit, not theirs. They get really nothing from this. Boy, my finger's starting to hurt. They don't get really anything from this experience. So you want to try to make it as pleasant as possible. And she's starting to get irritated, so I'm trying to go a tiny little bit quicker. But see, I didn't tie that correctly. The line is below. So I'm going to roll that end down, snug it down, and then I'm going to make sure I take one side and the other side and pull that knot tight. Okay? Now, see how all of the knots, you can back that off and give a little bit of perspective. You can see how all the knots are pretty much in a nice straight line. Now, they're not perfect, but they're pretty good. And don't forget, this is practice time. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to understand what you're doing, and the repetition makes you better at it. The more you practice, the better you'll get. All you really are hoping for right now is to learn patience and technique. Because if you try to push yourself too fast or expect too much of yourself and your horse too early, you're setting yourself up to fail. And there's no point in that. You're just going to get frustrated. You're going to get angry. I'm not going to have given you any help, any insight from the years that I've been with horses. And you're going to not help your relationship with the horse. So all of these things are really counterproductive. If you're taking yourself too seriously, if you get mad at yourself, if you get mad at your horse, you've wasted the entire time. You're not going to get anything out of it. So it really helps if you take yourself a little break. You know, my finger hurts, but I have a job to do, so I'm going to do it the best I can. I'm not going to let a little pain change my attitude or anything else. You have to be mentally very tough, because this is a frustrating job. You know, there's no way to make your horse freeze. There's no way for them to stand stock still. The more you braid them, and the nicer you are to them, the more they think it is a spot treatment. And oh, wow, we're having fun. I don't mind the time with John the braider or Sally, whoever. This is all about having fun, and the whole point of horse showing is to show that you are able to develop a relationship with an animal better than someone else. It's not really about the ribbon for me. The people that I find do the best are simply the best horse people, not the best tacticians. Not the person who can find the best spot, the person whose horse jumps the most relaxed and the most confidently generally wins. And the better relationship you have with that animal, the better it shows. So at least that's my perspective. I hope you appreciate it.